All rise. District Court's now in session. Honorable Stephen Boyce, Judge presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Hope the view's good.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are going on the record. Court reporter, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, thank you. This is case CR 22-21-1624, State of Idaho versus Noreen Vallow. The matter before the court today is for a verdict in the jury trial that's been conducted over the last several weeks in this case. The court will note on the record, prosecution is here represented by Mr. Wood, Ms. Blake, and Ms. Smith. The defense, Mr. Archibald, Mr. Thomas are present, as well as the defendant who is present. The court's been advised that the jury has reached a verdict at this time. Is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Let's have the jurors brought in, please. While the jurors are being brought in, I'd like to indicate that this matter is being live streamed on the court's YouTube channel. In addition, the court's existing conduct order is in effect, and everyone needs to comply with that conduct order. This verdict has several counts. The court is going to require that all in attendance abstain from any sort of loud outbursts or sounds that could in any way affect the proceedings in this matter, as the counts are read in the verdict. And I expect to maintain order and decorum, as has been the case throughout this trial, with those in attendance. So please keep that in mind once we get to this stage of these proceedings. So with that in mind, if the jurors are ready, they can be seated.
All rise, please. Jury's all present, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bailiff. Please be seated. All right, the court will note that we had alternate jurors that were excused upon deliberation. So now the remaining 12 jurors who have deliberated are here and appear to all be properly seated. Will counsel stipulate that the jury is all present and properly seated in the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will the defense will stipulate?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, at this time, the court will inquire then from the jury. Has the jury reached a verdict?
Yeah.
Very well. If you have the verdict form, I'd ask the bailiff bring that over here and we'll have it brought to the clerk to be read. All right, the court has reviewed the verdict form, find that it's been properly completed, signed and dated. So at this time, I'll direct the clerk to please read the verdict into the record.
Here we
The
go.
defendant would please rise.
Here we go.
In the District Court of the 7th Judicial District of the State of Idaho, in and for the County of Fremont, State of Idaho plaintiff versus Lori Noreen Vallow, aka Lori Noreen Daybell, defendant, case number CR 211624. Verdict. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn to try the above entitled action for our verdict, unanimously answer the questions submitted to us as follows. Question number 1. In regards to count 1 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan and grand theft by deception? Answer, guilty. Question number 2. In regards to count 2 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan? Answer, guilty. Question number 3. In regards to count 3 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow and grand theft by deception? Answer, guilty. Question number 4. In regards to count 4, the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow? Answer, guilty. Question number 5. In regards to count 5 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tammy Daybell? Answer, guilty. Question number 6. In regards to count 7 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of grand theft? Answer, guilty. Dated this 12th day of May, 2023, signed by the presiding officer.
All right, please be seated. Madam Clerk, thank you for reading the verdict into the record. At this time, let me just inquire of the jury, is this in fact your true and correct verdict?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Let me ask now from counsel, does the state wish to have the jury polled?
We do not, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to have the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the jury will be polled at this time. Madam Clerk, if you would please indicate only by juror numbers of each of the jurors if this is their true and correct verdict individually.
Juror number 4, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 5, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 6, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 8, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 9, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 10, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 12, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 13, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 14, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 15, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 16, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. The court does find it's a unanimous verdict in this case, so I will direct the clerk to record the verdict into the record of this case. I'll now have a closing jury instruction for our jurors and also those alternate jurors that are in attendance today. You have now completed your duties as jurors in this case and are discharged with the sincere thanks of this court. The question may arise as to whether you may discuss this case with the attorneys or with anyone else. For your guidance, the court instructs you that whether you talk to the attorneys or to anyone else is entirely your own decision. It is proper for you to discuss this case if you want to, but you are not required to do so, and you may choose not to discuss the case with anyone at all. If you choose to talk to someone about the case, you may tell them as much or little as you like about your deliberations or the facts that influenced your decision. If you decide to discuss the case with anyone, you should be careful to respect the privacy and feelings of your fellow jurors. You should limit your comments to your own perceptions and feelings. If anyone persists in discussing the case over your objections or becomes critical of your service either before or after any discussion has begun, please report that to me. At this time, then, the court offers its sincere thanks to the jurors. I appreciate your patience and attentiveness throughout this lengthy trial. I also thank you again for upholding your important civic duty as jurors in this case. I'd also like to thank the attorneys who tried this case for your professionalism throughout the proceedings and in the pretrial motions that came before trial. At this time then, the court will discuss briefly sentencing in this case. In Idaho, pursuant to Title 19, Chapter 25, a report is required to be prepared before sentencing called a pre-sentence investigation report. In a typical case, that report takes at least 2 months to prepare. In a case such as this, it will likely take longer. The court will inquire as to a pre-sentence investigator for the time frame required to prepare the report in this case. Upon getting an estimation, then the court will reach out to counsel for determining a date for sentencing. I'll just advise everyone that will likely be, I'm thinking at least 3 months probably before that sentencing can be scheduled to have the report completed. The court will also advise at this time then, upon conclusion of the proceedings, the defendant will be remanded back to custody of the Ada County Sheriff at this time to be transferred to the Fremont County Sheriff for further proceedings in Fremont County for sentencing. The court will also instruct the clerk to collect any of the jurors' notes pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 24.1A. At this time then, the court will ask that the jurors and any alternates in attendance be excused from the courtroom. And I am going to direct that all in attendance here remain seated until such time as the jurors have been completely exited from the courtroom. And in addition, I'll let the jurors know there is additional information you'll be receiving through the court administration offices on your way out as you leave today. So again, thank you for your service. Court will be adjourned. And Mr. Bailiff, if you could have all rise for the jury.
All rise, please.
Oh my word. Oh, she's feeling defensive, you guys. Self-soothing now. She can't even believe it. We all can. So 3 months for sentencing. Damn.
All right, thank you, counsel. Thank you, everyone, for your decorum this afternoon. Court is adjourned.
Okay.
Judge, when would you like me to open the doors for?
And that's it. Done. Whoa. They just like, done. This video is unavailable. We're done. Whoa, you guys. She guilty. Oh my word. She, yeah, obviously not looking happy. Duh. But like, she do not look happy. She was like, okay, so let's quickly have a look. Let's quickly have a look at, we're going to look at some Twitter updates. I want to see what's happening on East Idaho News afterwards. You know why? Because they might interview people outside, right? So I'm going to keep track. But don't worry, I'll be keeping track for you guys. Let's quickly see. The poll, I said, what do you think the verdict will be? 98% said guilty, 2% said not guilty. Maybe the 2% just wanted to be a little bit different. Yes, I mean, so she'll probably just go back to jail now, and then in 2 or 3 months' time, there'll be the sentencing. So where are we now? Wait, we are now May, June, July, August. So sometime mid-August-ish. Beginning to mid-August, probably around then, she'll be sentenced. But there's a lot of charges that she just faced over there. Okay, so let's bring, so this is now done. Nate, Ethan, what does he say? Jurors are being escorted out. The judge asks us all to remain here until they've left. The court is adjourned. I'll be live shortly outside with new developments. See, we want to see that, man. Also, a special 2-hour Dateline airs tonight with Dateline Keith about the case and the trial. Watch tonight on NBC. Oh, okay. We've got to get our VPN on over here in the Netherlands. If you guys didn't know, the Netherlands is in Europe. It's not New Zealand, okay? I'm in Europe. Holland. Yes. So 2 of them down. 2. Okay, at least one out of the 2 was sentenced already, never getting out. And if you didn't know, yes, Letitia has been transferred to the Denver Women's Correctional Facility, right? Okay. You say, why will it, Gisela, why will it only be 3 months? In 3 months? Idaho. That's all I can answer. Idaho. Oh, in Mama's hands, you're back. Hello. You say going to try to be there for sentencing. Oh, my word. Yes, please. We missed you the other day. Yes. Okay. Cool beans, Dateline. Yep. Okay, so that's what we got now. Nate said 1 minute ago, join me on East Idaho News right now. Let's see what he's doing. I don't see anything right now, but maybe we could go watch over there. Anyway, so I am so excited that I got to see that with you. I mean, I prepared the whole closing arguments for you guys. So I might upload that, or maybe if, I don't know, if you guys are interested or not, could put it on Patreon or for the members or whatever as well. Thank you so much, Julie. Really appreciate it. Crystal, you see so many South Africans here today. Still so smug, though. I can't deal. I hope Shakisha likes her. I love how she tried to throw Chad under the bus. Love after lockdown. Here we come. And can you guys imagine how Chad is feeling when he hears this news? How do you think Chad's feeling? I think he's a little bit more. I know that she was like the mastermind I was saying earlier. It seems like the delegator. He was chasing his storm, if you know what I mean. Gross. But he was a grave digger. And that grave of JJ's was like so perfectly prepared. And Alex was only there for like 17 minutes, like in, out. You know, you couldn't have dug a grave in that time. Meaning, Chad definitely prepared that grave for JJ as an example. Never mind that he could be the one that asphyxiated Tammy. And Tammy, Chad Daybell's wife, had bruises on her arms. And that might mean that two people, one person could have held her down, one asphyxiated, and then because she was on her back for a while and then later positioned differently based on what the coroner said, wow, then the body was staged as well. Whoa, Twitchy Witchy True Crime said, she said now what? As the cam, as the cam panned off, she said, now what? Well, we all know now what. Now you go back to your cell. See you in 3 months. Trying not to swear at all. That's what Lisa says. Damn, gee, I can't believe I missed it here. I didn't know you were covering it. Yes, I've been doing my best. We've been going so many hours a day with a Latisha that it's been really hard to cover this as well. But I've been following along. And when I can, usually we've been doing on like every Sunday or so. When we have that energy after Latisha, we've been covering this Lori Vallow trial. Yes. Potato says 2 evil women behind bars in 7 days. Can you believe it? Sure. I mean, wow. Christy says Colby must be so happy. I do wonder. Where's Chad? He's in jail. He in jail now, but his trial. I don't know when it will happen. It might happen next year, for all we know. But when it does, he's probably crapping himself because, like, wait, what? She's guilty on all charges. Yeah, that's you next, bro. That must be so hectic because their trials are severed, you know? So they were going to have it together. Then they were severed last minute. So can you imagine how he's feeling now when he hears this? Wait, what? Guilty on all counts? Yep. After all that. Yes. And people were even saying, you know, the closing arguments they were saying they're weak and they weren't all that, you know, but still, I thought they were pretty good, actually. Crystal Pontac says, Chad is going to catch that storm with Bubba. Yes. Jill says, now what? You're in the slammer for a long time, I'm thinking. Can you imagine how she was praying this morning? She was praying like, I don't know. I'm not mocking religion. I'm mocking Lori. Disclaimer. But she's probably like, dear Lord, like, I know that you know that I was doing your work. Okay, so can you just make sure that I'm not guilty? Like, yeah, no, so guilty. Okay. I'm just checking what else is happening here. So, nope, that's it for now. That's it for now. He said, join me live on eastidahonews.com right now, but it's not on the YouTube channel right now. Where you at? Where you at, bro? Yeah, okay, so they've said Chad's trial is June 2024. Okay. Damn, that link did not work. I went to a blank page. Never mind. Let me also look what Brian Inton is saying. But anyway, I'm so glad I got to see it with all of you. Thank you so much. Chatty boy. Chatty boy's going down. He is crapping himself. Storm is over, bro. I really, like, when they said in the closing arguments, money, sex, and power. And like, really, man, the sex element is such a big part of it. Oh, yeah, like, so gross. These two were just like, we need to get rid of all obstacles in our way. So it's like religion, the whole life insurance and money and all of that. Power, because of, you know, thinking Lori thought she was like a goddess who doesn't need to eat or do any, or even go to the bathroom. You know, none of that is required. Wow. It was quite amazing during the trial when they said that there was one of Lori Vallow Daybell's hair is found on the duct tape with JJ's remains, because until that point, there wasn't really anything directly tying her to the murders beyond obviously the text messages and the calls and the things like for the conspiring. But that was pretty interesting as well. Okay. Web Weaver says Idaho court docs, no cameras, audio only. Are you talking about Chad's as well? Christy says, how could they? Yes, how could they be the leaders of the 144K when they unlife everyone? I know, right? Right? These people be unaliving anyone who gets in their way. They're so gross, and they were just like there in Hawaii. Just, yuck. I don't want to be a fly on that wall, okay? So Brian Enton's also been there. He said, if you guys don't know who Brian Enton is, again, I'll ask, are you okay? Do you know Gabby Petito case? Brian Enton? That's where we met him. Okay, so not physically. I just mean that's where I know him from the Gabby Petito case, and followed him ever since. So Lori Vallow sat emotionless with a blank stare looking at the jury as the guilty verdicts were read, he said. Lori Vallow verdict, first degree murder, JJ, guilty. Conspiracy, JJ, guilty. First degree murder, Tyler, guilty. Conspiracy, Tyler, guilty. Conspiracy, Tammy, guilty. Yes. Van Litcham says, always great to watch verdicts with the Grizzlies. I'm loving trial coverage and verdicts and all this. I wish we could have done both, but it's just like, damn, I don't know. Whew, that Letitia took all our energy. She's definitely an energy drainer, huh? Yeah, lawyers in the courtroom still waiting on the judge. Okay, so that was earlier. So that's what we have here. The verdict is in. Very nice. Dana says, glad the jury found her guilty on everything. Let me quickly check. I just want to see if I missed a sticker or two. Thank you so much all for supporting the channel and for being here to watch it with me. It's always so much better to watch it together rather than alone. Okay, so this one I saw. Welcome to membership, April. Jennifer Fox says, oh, thank you so much for your sticker. Reba sent some tuna for Fury. Thank you, Paws and Fins. Yes, and Lena on me always said, where's Lori's smile now? That smirk was wiped right off of her face. Because remember, she's been doing the Yorkie hairstyle and then just smiling all the time. It's so inappropriate. They said during the trial, sometimes she would be like crying or like dabbing away tears, and the next minute she's laughing, like, wow, very unstable, it sounds like. Okay, so yes, where's the smile now? Alina said, never seen G this excited about a verdict. Did you see me during Tisha? Oh my word, that was a huge relief. Yes, and Rochelle, thank you for Czar. It's been a wonderful week of justice for all these children. Lenny, appreciate it. Gemma, thank you so much. And Julie. And Crystal said, still so smug though, I can't deal. Yeah, I remember reading that one. Twitchy Witchy, she said, now what? Okay, yes, we got that. 2 evil women behind the bars in 7 days. And Chad is going to catch that storm with Bubba. Ugh. Gross, right? Morgan, which says 144,000 is in Revelations. I bet it was achieved in 1987 with a harmonic convergence. Interesting. Okay. Somebody should let Lori know. Let her know it's not working out for you. Okay. Oh my word, that's what happened. East Idaho News website crashed due to traffic. They should just go live on the YouTube channel. YouTube servers can handle it. Yes. You see there. Wait. Here. We're going to watch him.
The attention of the country. Columba, we'll swing back around this way. You swing this way. I have to tell you that many people have been saying, what was Lori's reaction when the verdict was read? The same reaction she's kind of had the entire trial. She didn't show much emotion. Sorry. She was standing. The judge asked her to stand between her attorneys, John Thomas and Jim Archibald. And the jury walked in and they handed over the envelope to the judge. He looked at what their verdict was. He then asked the clerk to read it. And again, it was guilty on all counts. Yes. She could face up to life in prison on several of the counts. On the conspiracy charges and the murder charges, she could go away for life. She was not sentenced today. That will happen in about 2 to 3 months. This is an extensive case. So Judge Boyce said that there might need a little bit more time needed. So we're looking probably mid-August when that sentence will come down. And that was about it. The alternate jurors who were sent home yesterday were allowed back in the courtroom. They sat opposite of the entire jury. And it was kind of moving to see them walk in, and then in the other door came the other jurors. This jury deliberated less than, I would say, about 7 hours. They started yesterday around 2:15. They took a dinner break. They went home before 7. They were back this morning at 9, and we got word around 11:45 that a verdict was coming down. I have to tell you that a lot of people were out here waiting in the courtroom. I stepped outside the courtroom to go grab a bite to eat. I came back. I made my way into the courtroom, and someone pulled me over and said, "Nate, I think something's happening." One of the bailiffs walked out and went over to the clerk and whispered something. And then she texted someone. And then about 2 or 3 minutes later, the trial court administrator walked in and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a verdict." So we are waiting in just a minute. Larry and Kay Woodcock are going to come out
That's
of
what we
those
want to
doors.
see.
The prosecutors will come out of those doors. The defense attorneys will come out, or they could leave out of another door. We're hearing that the prosecution will not be speaking to the media today, but that they will issue a written statement about this. They still have Chad Daybell's trial to think about, which has not been set yet, and makes you wonder if there will be a trial for Chad Daybell after the verdict today.
They say
If
it
he will
hasn't
be
been set yet.
considering a plea agreement possibly, or he will be considering what to do next. But this is a major, major win for prosecutors who repeatedly told the jurors this is about money, power, and sex. Anything that got in Lori's way disappeared. And we can say today, Lori Daybell killed her children. She conspired to kill those children.
Yes.
She conspired to kill Tammy Daybell, and she stole their money.
Mhm.
That has been proven in a court of law. So here we go. In just a few minutes, we're going to hear from the families. Larry and Kay Woodcock have said they want to come out and talk to the press. I looked over. I didn't have a clear view of them inside the courtroom, but they appeared to be crying as the verdict was read. Larry had his arm on Kay's arm. The courtroom was packed. You had multiple officers who have been working on this inside the courtroom waiting for this verdict. You think about this, 3.5 years, there were 60 witnesses. There was countless exhibits, extensive exhibits, 150,000 data points pulled off of Lori's iCloud account. I mean, they really went through this. There were gruesome photos. There were bank records. There was phone call recordings, podcast recordings. They really laid out their case. We have been here 6 weeks inside the courtroom every day as this jury has heard every piece of evidence, and nothing from the defense other than that they did not think that the prosecution had proved their case, and they had no words to say. So let me turn around here.
Okay, I'm just waiting. I'm just gonna take this off for a second. Okay. If you want, it's just on East Idaho News. I'm just quickly waiting for them to talk to Larry and Kay Woodcock. That would be very interesting to see. Right now, they're just going to talk to people standing outside. So just hold on one second, please. Just getting everything set up real nice. Yeah, it was guilty on everything. So if anyone's just joining now, yes, guilty on everything. I'm so happy. And that's a good point that Nate makes there, is that maybe now that Chad hears, whoa, guilty on everything, maybe he's going to be like, yep, it's time for a plea deal if it's offered to him, right? It's not always the case that they can just take a plea deal. But if it's offered to him, that seems like it would be a very smart move. Because, yeah, guilty for Lori on everything. He's guilty too. Not Squirrel says, I give 144,000 seconds for Lori Vallow to turn on Chad. He no longer serves her purpose. Right? Even so many, are you sure? So many seconds. Microseconds? Are you sure? Pamela McDaniel, thank you so much. Don't worry, I'm monitoring. I'll make sure as soon as Larry and Kay are on, we're going to show that as well. That would be amazing to see. Lots of people outside the courthouse, huh? Lots. Okay, Pamela, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I just really want to put this little, I made like a little banner. The one I made was just a little bit too big. Let's try this one. And then I'll put it back on. Not bad, not bad. Okay. I hope you like the court view. Try to make it as nice as possible for you. Sorry about that. Here we go.
Well, Lori and Chad, of course, but you. I think you've been a pretty solid rock in the coverage of all this, letting a lot of people know what's going on.
What did you think when the verdict came down this afternoon?
No surprise whatsoever. Completely none. And true to form, she didn't bat an eye. she had a little bit of a smirk when she first came in and we were talking to her boys. But beyond that, it was closed lips, clasped hands, and the Eagles landed. She's done.
So that
The
clear
Eagles.
it up, her boys, you mean her attorneys, not her son.
Right.
Yeah. What was the mood of the courtroom up there today?
Well, it's pretty tense, actually. Could you feel it?
I could feel it. Well, once they came out and said there's a verdict, it switched like that.
Oh man, it did, and I think it continued to grow until the crescendo of the not guilty,
Yeah, guilty.
guilty, right down the line.
Very, very guilty.
Interesting to see that the standby jurors were there -1.
Yeah.
5 of them were there. The 6th one wasn't there. I don't know. I guess if you had the time off, you'd need that for closure.
Right. To come and see how it ends. Okay,
For sure.
It looks like Larry and Kay might be speaking
Oh,
here
good.
in just a minute.
Lots of hugs for those
Yes.
guys.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah,
Good to
take
talk
care.
to you. Maybe we'll catch you later. I'm going to, Kalama,
Yes.
let's get in our spot for the news conference. Stay with me.
Let's see them.
Here
Let's
we
see
go.
them.
We're going to get this ready.
Feels like we're right there, you guys. So exciting. Yes, one of JJ's favorite songs. Here comes Larry and Kay Woodcock. Look, 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 look. Cute. Here he comes. Oh, he's excited.
Sorry, break. Come on up, Larry. Larry, come on over to the mic, Larry. Come on over to the mic. Thank you, Larry.
Oh my word, cute. Let's hear Larry Woodcock.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Woo.
Thank y'all. For one time in my life, I'm kind of lost at words, believe that or not. Look, first of all, I want to thank 18 jurors. I cannot thank them enough. I'm sure everybody has paid attention in court.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
These are
I'm
JJ's
sure
grandparents.
everyone has paid attention in court. I want to personally thank and I want to personally hug every one of those jurors. What they went through, what they saw is mind-boggling. I hope that nobody ever has to go through this. I hope nobody ever has to see and hear the details of what happened to JJ, to Tylee, and to Tammy. Guys, we got 2 more trials. 2 more.
3. Charles, Chad, and Brandon.
Oh, okay. I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
Well,
Charles
okay.
is in Arizona. Brandon's in Arizona.
The next trial is Chad. I look forward to being back in this courthouse again if that happens. I hope everybody is here again. I hope that y'all appreciate so much the court system, how meticulous the prosecution was. I think everybody will agree it was amazing job by all of them. And I want y'all to know that even the defense, I shook their hands. I have said many times, I want a fair, honest, and righteous decision. I think we had 18 jurors that all deserve our appreciation, our love, and they gave an honest, fair, and righteous verdict.
You guys really embraced each other in there at the reading of the verdict. What did you say to each other in that moment?
I love you. What else can you say?
Larry, what was it like walking out and seeing all the law enforcement officers in the hallway?
Do I?
What was it like walking out seeing all of the law enforcement officers who have spent countless hours in the
Oh,
hallway?
I know. We would be
And-
nowhere without them.
You know, as much as I have said up here about the prosecution, the defense, the jurors, Nate, you made an absolute great statement. We have to appreciate, support our law enforcement officials. Those guys sacrificed from their families, from their homes. We will never know the countless hours that they have put in, how much sacrifice they have gone through, and most of all, what they have seen in this case that maybe some people will never unsee. I love them. I appreciate them. There's not one of these guys I wouldn't go in a dark alley with. I cannot thank them enough. Next question.
Larry, what is your final message to Lori Vallow?
My final message to Lori. Y'all ready? Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Lori, it ended.
Kay, what about you? How do you feel like Kay thinks about the verdict? What it was like? Her thoughts?
Can I have a minute? We are elated with this. There was some doubt we would get all of them, all guilty, but we did it. The prosecution is amazing. The law enforcement is amazing. They became our family, and we're keeping most of them for the rest of our life as family. And even you news people, we've made great friends with you guys, and journalists. Oh, news journalists. Anyway, it's great. Our JJ now, maybe we can get him and put him to rest, as well as Kylie, and do right by them, and we'll see how that works. But anyway, we're so grateful, and we thank all of y'all for your support, and we would never be here without y'all. And so many people have reached out to us, and I mean, I have to tell y'all, we even got a message from someone in Tasmania that is following this case. So it's all over the world, and we appreciate all of you, and thank you, and God bless America, because we're grateful we live here. Thank you. Anybody there?
Love always wins.
Yeah,
Hey.
love always wins.
Love always wins. How many times we heard that? I do have one other statement I'd like to make, believe it or not. I do. I forgot one of the most important things. Ray, what would I do without you? I have one more statement. JJ, I love you. Papa, wish you were here in other circumstances. Tylee, Papa loves you. Tammy, I never met you. Tammy, you are part of our life. Tammy, I am sorry for what happened to you. My heart hurts. My heart hurts for these three. This is what this has been all about from the very get-go. It started with 2 children missing. And I stood up and I said, where are the children? Where are the children? Where are the children? Give us back our children. We're not ending this. This is not the end of this. 90 days from today, we will probably meet in Fremont County. The sentence will be handed down. And I'm going to say right now what I'm going to say in 3 months. Why, Lori? Why, Lori? Why?
Power, sex, and greed.
Power, sex, and greed. For what? For what? Power, sex, and greed. That's all it was. And JJ, Papa misses you. I miss you.
Maybe we can take them home.
Okay, I have one more
Thank
question
y'all.
for you, okay?
Okay, yeah. Get somebody in that's pretty.
Oh man.
They got the bitch.
My brother Jerry.
That's all I got to say about it.
Jerry is very bashful. He doesn't talk much, but he talks a lot.
You talk about the mixed emotions you guys have to be feeling today. There's a reason to celebrate, but also.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the most bittersweet you can imagine. Just the sadness, but the relief from all this is I guess it was a liberating feeling. It just freeing for us. I do believe, since it's Mother's Day weekend, the Friday before, and I do believe that the verdicts today are just what I think everything aligned in the universe, and this is what you call poetic justice, and that is a big deal.
Okay, as you sat there and the verdict was coming in, did you have a gut feeling in your heart that all counts would be found guilty on Lori?
That's what we were praying for, Justin, but I can't explain the knots that my stomach was in, and just I barely could breathe, but okay, I know it's going to be okay, because our Lord is going to take care of us, and he has seen to it that he's taking care of those kids and Tammy too with this verdict today.
What would you like to hear that was guilty?
The first one, I wasn't quite sure. The second one, I was like, okay, now maybe we can get some more, and they kept coming, and if there was just 3, it would be the trifecta. I don't know what this is.
What if Chad Daybell wants to take a plea agreement? Would you guys be on board at this point?
It depends on what the agreement is, but absolutely.
Life without parole?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's our law enforcement guy.
That's the daddies over there.
I think you need to go.
He did, Patty.
I want to get a selfie with you guys. We got to remember this day.
It was
Yeah, would you mind?
snarky uncle.
Am I there?
Oh, sorry. There you go. You guys.
Yeah.
We got to remember to go. I can stop it all.
I'm doing a podcast like Larry told me to.
They're all leaving. Sorry, I just don't want to miss any of this. Okay, I'm going to talk to you now. Yes. Okay, you guys. So the rest is on. I will make sure to link this stream in the description box for you. That was from East Idaho News, where Nate Eaton has been covering this case from the very, very beginning. Oh my word. So yes, poetic justice is right, says Tea and Wildflowers. Yeah, and I think that was JJ's uncle, right? It's like, we got the bitch. Oh man. Yes. So, and they did say, the judge said that it would be 2 months or longer to prepare for sentencing for Lori, and that he expects it to be at least 3 months. 3 months. That's what Judge Boyce said. Before the trial started, the defense attorneys for Lori Vallow filed a motion to say that they didn't have enough time for something, so death penalty must be off the table. And so they took the death penalty off the table for her. So there is no death penalty possibility for her, for my understanding. But for Chad, I think it's still on. And let's see what he does now. Let's see if there will be a plea deal or something, because that'll actually be amazing if they do offer him a plea deal, and if he does take it, whatever that may be. Because to put all the families through this again next year, that's a lot. That's a lot, right? If they could just lock them both away for a forever, very long time, and then even longer, that would be amazing. So we calculated earlier, in case you missed it, that if the sentencing is in about 3 months from now, that's like mid-August, because now we're mid-May, mid-May, mid-June, July, mid-August. Yeah. Yes. Miss Robinson is still laughing at his Yorkie hairstyle. She did have a Yorkie hairstyle. We will have a member stream again soon. Right now, again, this is just one of those where you're like, what? Like, we all caught in a good way off guard. Like, oh my word, the verdict is in. Let's go. And so thank you so much for watching it here with me. I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to go do a little happy dance. Maybe even run around the block a bit, because I'm like, yes! So excited that Letitia and Lori, I mean, Lori's going back to jail now. Letitia was in jail this whole time, and today she was transferred to the Denver Women's Correctional Facility. I'll quickly show you like this. There you go. There she is. Annabelle Smirk says, I wonder if she can claim ineffective counsel since the defense didn't present anything. Interesting. And Sassy says, please cover the West trial. Thanks for everything. Sassy, I would love to. I mean, firstly, 3 trials at once would have been completely impossible. But the West trials as well, it's audio only, and you have to be live. You can't stream it anyway, and it's not archived anyway. So if you've got places where I can get the information from afterwards, send it to me, because I did cover that trial, and I do want to know what's going on in there. So here we go. We've got Letitia Stout. Okay. She dropped her middle name, and now she's listed her ethnicity as American Indian. She didn't before do that, so that's interesting. Life without parole. Very nice. Very nice. So we've got that. Yes. So if you didn't see this, go check it out on the community tab. And she's at the Denver Women's Correctional Facility. So there's that. Very excited. Remember what this case is about. The Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell one. Remember the victims. Always remember them. Okay. This is for JJ, Tylee, Tammy, and Charles Vallow. And now that Lori has been found guilty on all counts. Wow, that was amazing. Unanimous guilty on all counts. And okay, let's not go off on a tangent, because I could talk a lot about this. Now that she's been found guilty on all counts, she's still going to be on trial for Charles Vallow's murder. Her brother, Alex Cox, shot Charles Vallow. But everything has got a digital trail. There's lots of messages and phone calls and things that just absolutely sunk Lori. I mean, leave a comment below after I finish here to let me know, what do you think sunk her? What is the the damning evidence that really sunk her? Because like the hair on the duct tape, one could say, well, that could easily end up there, right? But even for me, that jail call with her sister, remember we listened to it together. If you missed it, go check the playlist. When her sister said, you were on our beach. getting married and dancing when your kids were buried in Chad's backyard. And she said, yeah, but months later. Ooh, that was a big one. That was like, oh man, you just sunk yourself so badly, right? Okay. Let's just see. Christy said, nope, ineffective counsel would need to be done way earlier. Just because she lost, she doesn't get to scream ineffective counsel. Thank you so much, Christy. Okay. Yes, that Summer's phone call, those text messages with all, especially also the text messages to her brother. Whoa, of like, yes, Charles' body is still alive, and the whole thing with Ned Schneider and all these names she makes up. Oh no, it's like Letitia in a way. You know, Letitia's like Eduardo and Angelica and this one, and Lori is just like making up demon names. Viola, Ned Schneider, Garrett, so many others. My goodness. So all these things where she said the body's still alive and this, and when Melanie Gibbs said that Lori was on the phone saying, what the hell? Like she was so angry and saying he can't do anything right. And that was the attempted murder of Tammy Daybell that time. He shot and missed. And then Tammy reported it. She even had a Facebook post about it. And then Lori was so angry on the phone, and Melanie remembers that because she was like, what the hell? And she's like, he can't do anything right by himself. Like, what the hell? Yeah. Kimberly Mills, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Janae says, gross, lol. Denise said the storm sunk her. I highly doubt it. That storm is just so small. It's not going to sink anybody. Okay, we can get snarky on the other channel. If you guys are new to my second channel, please know, if you're like, who is that? They're characters. There's characters over there. Lizelle and Dieter and Karine and all that. And so just don't get a fright or get confused of like, what the hell is going on here? Just characters we made up for comedic relief so that we can deal with some of this and really snark it up without getting too angry. Because whoo, these cases, when I heard that about Chad, oh, no. Grab me by the storm. Also, why? No, I can't even. Emily's Whimsical World. Thank you so much for your sticker. Well, you guys, thank you for watching the verdict with me. I can't believe it was today. That's so exciting. Happy weekend to all of you. Now it's Friday, May 12th, 10 to 10 my time. Don't know about you, but my body clock has shifted from that Letitia trial. There's a lot of cases, by the way. A lot of rare, very, very hectic cases happening. If you're on Twitter, follow me there because I share a whole bunch there as well. And I'm just looking at all of it. There's an author of a grief book. Like her husband died. She wrote a book on how to cope with the grief. She was on TV and everything. And then the next minute they arrest her for murder. Life insurance again involved. He had also changed the name, so she didn't get it. Dumbass. And that story is quite hectic. So that I'm looking at so many. I could rattle off 10 right now. Follow me on Twitter if you don't yet at True Crime Gisela. As I say, I do have impersonators, so please be careful. The blue check mark. That doesn't mean anything really. That just means you paid for the blue check mark. It's a pretty dumb system here. But at True Crime Gisela. Okay, I'm tweeting a whole bunch of things. Yeah, made this for you guys over there. We've got Eduardo over here, Kim K, Taylor Swift. Did you know that Letitia used Taylor Swift as one of her alias names? Yes, but there's lots and lots of cases like this one. So many going on right now. It's a little bit scary. But anyway, I'm trying to keep up. And yeah, if you've got links for the West boys, please send me links for that as well so that I can catch some of the information or catch up. Yes. Whoa, Marisa, it's almost 6 a.m. here. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hope the coffee's strong. Happy weekend to all of you. If you're not on Patreon yet, you might want to go over there. It's $1. Then you get all the behind the scenes updates. Okay. Like if I go out and about, or if I have documents or updates, like, you know, or like Kevin Clark's email. My word, I'm still like, what? I was like, guess what, guys? I got an email from. So I'll see you there if you don't see me on here. Okay. Everyone, very excited. See you very soon. Thank you, mods. Really appreciate it. And let me take this banner off for us. Okay. See you guys very soon. Bye.